This is a Heritage Hip Hop exclusive. This is a Heritage Hip Hop exclusive. Peace and blessings, and welcome to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. But as you see me. And I'm not usually on camera too often, but today we're at Mai The Tea Lady spot at Livingston Mall, Livingston, New Jersey. This is a place that I picked for this artist because when somebody is elegant, you don't defile their persona with garbage. If I love someone and they like a good meal, I will not serve it to them on a garbage can or lid or something like that. What I would do is put them in a place where the ambiance matches the spirit. And when you find people with good spirits, not only do you take them to church, you worship, you share, and you give God the glory by giving them the respect that they deserve as not only an artist, but a living being. This is Forever Heritage Hip Hop, and I'm here with A.B.Y.S.S. How you doing today?
I'm good. What's going on?
She good. Nah, she's excellent. She's awesome and she's great. And today's interview is about not only her music, but we're going to talk about what it takes to be strong in a world that feeds off of your weakness. Because hip hop came from God. The first commandment ever given was let there be light. But the first commandment he gave to man was to take the world over, be strong, and take it under your control. So my first question to you is, when did you realize that the power to be in control was yours, and how did you use it?
Oh, wow. Actually, that's been like really recently. I took a few years off, to get my thoughts and stuff together, to heal and grow. And I woke up one morning like, this was placed on your heart for a reason. This is why I'm here. Like, this is my calling. So I just said, let me get back into it. Like, take your spot. I already know. I already know what I'm here for.
See, that's beautiful, because the typical hip hop conversation is, when did you get started? What inspired you? I wanted people to get a sense of who you are by what you go through. Life is a classroom without walls, and experience is the schoolmaster that helps us mature. So when you started your hip hop journey, looking at yourself now, how did the experience of hip hop make you an incredible artist?
Oh, wow. So, oh man, it's been so many years. So I fell in love with hip hop when I was like 11. And just seeing, like, I used to see only the guys doing it. And then one day I discovered Queen Latifah. And I was like, oh my God, like it's a female. And I was like, I love words. I love, rhyming words and stuff like that. I was like, I know I can do this. So just discovering other MCs like MC Light and then Bahamadia, and the list goes on and on. Roxanne Shante. I was just like, this is it. It shaped me. Like I listened to them, and I saw what they had to offer. I saw what they were doing. I took a little bit from each artist, as a lot of us do, and I just ran with it. I'm in love with hip hop. Like I embody it.
She embodies hip hop. Let me be honest with y'all. If hip hop comes from God, then it was already in your spirit. See, what we call hip hop today, people call blues or jazz or gospel, right? And I say it comes from God because it's the natural expression that comes from your body that helps you praise and worship. You know what I'm saying? And when I listen to your music, right, even the names you just named, that was cool, but I didn't ever get that from how I heard you. Yeah, I didn't hear Queen Latifah and Bahamadia and MC Light at all. Nah. I mean, that's yours. That's cool. It wasn't for me, though. You remind me of Link Q, because you have a fierce delivery with heart and soul in your technique. So usually when people start rhyming, they gotta copy somebody else until they find their voice. When did you first hear your voice, and when did you share it with the world?
Like 2007. Yeah, that's when I first got started. Like, I'm gonna do this seriously. And I forget the name of that album. It was like a mixtape. I forget the name of it, but that's when I first started sharing my music with the world.
That wasn't the bow ties and the pink thing, right? Because if y'all don't know, she got some music out there. But see, the most intriguing thing about music is most people say music comes from the heart and soul, right? But I don't agree. I think music comes from your joy and your pain, because pain is universal, but joy is relative. That's why anytime somebody talks about hurt, everybody will sit down and listen. But when you talk about joy, some people will turn it off because they're not experiencing the joy at the time. What made you the artist that you're pleased with? Is it the joy in not only doing the art, that's crazy, in doing the art and becoming the artist, or is it the pain that fueled the creativity to make the art?
Now, what's the question again?
What brought the best out of you, like the pain or the joy? Like,
just the beats in general. Like when I listen to the beats, like I get the inspiration from the beat. So I sit with it for a while, and whatever I feel, like it could be happy or whatever. That's how I make my music. But what brings the best out of me is the pain and the struggles that I've been throughout this journey.
See, hip hop was born from pain. I think pain is one of the pillars of hip hop we don't talk about enough. They'll talk about MCs, DJ, breakdancing, all that stuff people talk about, right? But it's pain that really brought the genre, all our music out. It's because I don't want mom to hurt anymore. People will go to the block and spin on some cardboard or dance or go to a club or get high because they got to forget the blues that we have. We rock and roll because we're dancing away the stress of being brown skinned and being born with a sin that says you don't belong, And the one thing I love about your music is you will take a gospel feeling and turn it into a heartfelt, every man, every woman's perspective. How did you think you came up with that gift, or is it just natural?
Yeah, that's natural. Whatever I hear on the track, like I just pour my soul into the track.
Soul, y'all. And if you like soul, get some tea from Mai The Tea Lady, first of all. But that's very interesting to me, because you have one song that really, when I first heard you, I heard the evolution of hip hop, right? Shout out to Grumpy Old Man, he's all over that project, right? But evolution is a very hard word to decipher. Why did you choose the evolution of hip hop?
Because I've seen what it's become. You know what I'm saying? So the evil has become more prevalent these days. It started from, like you said, like the struggle, and people just falling in love with it and trying to escape the hood or whatever, wherever they were. And it started to become like a way for the higher ups to exploit us over time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I started to see the evil taking over, like the violence. And because it wasn't really about that before. It was like having good, fun, good times, escaping, getting away. Mm-hmm. And then it started becoming about, violence and gangbanging and sex and money and, drugs. It's like they started glorifying that. So that's where that word came from.
Evil, right? So, see, that's interesting to me, because it seems to me that women have only been given the light to exist in hip hop within the last 20-something years. That it was always a man's sport, right? That you had to be a part of a crew as a woman to be respected. One of my favorite hip hop groups of all time is Wu-Tang, and they fumbled the ball with Blue Raspberry horribly. You see what I'm saying? Never heard of what?
Blue Raspberry?
The girl who sings on Glacier's Ice? The girl who sings on Method Man's, the only girl that sung that was good?
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. Yeah, that's Blue Raspberry. So instead of RZA doing the R&B thing and putting Wu-Tang in that thing, they just dropped the ball. And then you had Rod Digger that came out with Flip Mode, or Foxy Brown with The Firm. You always had that. And it wasn't until, like I said, in the last 20 years, we started seeing women able to stand on their own without the necessary need of a man with them. And we have women now starting labels. The women are, I can't say take executive position, because there was always women executives, but more entrepreneurial spirit. With the evolution of hip-hop, we also got the de-evolution and the evolution of the power of the feminine voice and spirit. Do you still feel that the evolution is prevalent, or do you see a change?
I still feel like it's very prevalent.
Because of Sexy Red?
Because of all of them. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them.
I don't like Sexy Red.
Who does? But
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, but they take what they're doing and they just they magnify it.
Yeah.
And it's like when they come out, that's all they do. Is they talk about the same thing and they do exactly what she's doing.
They do the same thing she's doing. But see, that makes what you do so incredible, because you weren't an artist. See, anybody could throw shit on the wall and see if it stick, right? That's not art. That's just lightning striking in a bottle, or light-skinned dudes from Toronto co-signing you because they got a big check. Sorry. Yeah, I said it. But but for me, what I like about you and your music is, yeah, you're gonna rhyme. Yes, you're gonna sing. But like a doctor injects medicine into the body so it resonates inside for the outer thing, the outer health, that's what your music does, you know? I mean, you could tell me about giving somebody the wrong number all day, because I like that song. That's my song, y'all. Yeah, but never landing meant something to me, because it's like you're never giving up your spot to be the best you that there is. In society, how do we find our best selves, and how does the music help us keep our best selves on and not take it off?
You just, in society, how do we find our best selves? Just stay true to yourself. Follow your heart. If you got dreams, passions, aspirations, just stay at it. Like it's only one you. You know, and it's only one you for a reason. Get out here, make your mark. You know.
Ain't that deep, yo? There's only one you. The Earth's been around for 9 billion years, and there's only one you. One DNA track. There's one voice. No one has your same voice. But if you don't use the voice that you're given for this purpose, did you really find your purpose?
No. Like usually whatever you're very passionate about, usually that's where your purpose is.
We got some good questions, don't we, y'all? Heritage Hip Hop is the truth. So make sure you subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on YouTube, and make sure you look up A.B.Y.S.S. And we're going to talk about her new single, Run, which is out right now for you to buy. Stream it if you like it. But if you like it or you love it, I ask that you buy it, because not only are you putting money in the pockets of the artist, you're also helping them, like get you more music. Y'all needy niggas. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Run. Tell me what inspired Run, and who were you talking to?
So that's funny. I actually wrote Run like 6 or 7 years ago, right? The concept came to me about that long ago, and it was supposed to be on another album, but I went through a period of taking a hiatus for about 4 or 5 years, just to, I had some healing to do, lessons to learn. So I went back into that track, and I said, you know what? Some things that I had gone through very, very recently kind of resonated with that song. So I kind of touched it up, and I said, I think it's time to put it out. I'm not going to tell you who I was talking to.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, like you realize certain things. You learn lessons in your relationships, and I poured it on the track.
I'm glad you did, because a lot of people act tough, but they don't have the strength to be weak. You know what I'm talking about? Uh-oh, look how she looked at me. That touched a nerve right there. But
that was deep.
Yeah, but that's real life. Like, I'm gonna admit, the first time I ever met you, I was scared of you. You shook the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me tell you why.
Okay. I've been wanting to answer.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. Y'all like that one, don't you? So, nah, for real. The first time I ever met you, it was at a open mic in East Orange at Choice's spot.
Okay.
I remember the exact day. White shirt, black pants, purse, heels. You walking through, you know, you nice with it. But your spirit was bigger than your body. See, the one thing about a person if you're spiritually inclined and not stupid, when you spiritually inclined, when you meet somebody, the air changes around you. And you can pick up on someone that's different, meaningful, dangerous, or has potential. And when you walked into the room, it was like the air shifted because power walked in behind you, not with you. So I want to ask you, what is the most powerful thing about A.B.Y.S.S, and how does the world benefit from the experience of your power? I'm deep.
The most powerful thing about me is that I know who I am, and I know what I'm here for. I have a divine purpose, and I'm going to fulfill it. Nobody can take that away because it's God-given. And yeah, nobody can stop that. That's what's most powerful about me.
You know what that reminds me of? Your song Soul Cry. That's a beautiful song. No, for real. Because one thing about, see, you can tell I love hip hop. This is what I do. You know, hip hop, heritage hip hop, right? But when it comes to women don't get the respect in hip hop that they deserve. History lesson, Sylvia Robinson, Sugar Hill Gang Records, right? We know that, right? But on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop, I always ask people, I'm not gonna ask you today, we're gonna do something different. I always ask people who in hip hop who are not rappers and MCs do you put on your Mount Rushmore? And a lot of people say the same thing, and I say, my answer was April Walker. Walkerwear, you know, clothing line. Sylvia Robinson, Sugar Hill Records, you know what I'm saying? We have people like that. If for women who had, like, you know, you used to watch Video Music Box, you on TV Raps, right? There were any female hosts? No. So if you had Angie Martinez or Dee Barnes from Pump It Up, I would understand. You're gonna be on somebody's Mount Rushmore though, that's gonna make a little girl, a little boy, a hurt soul or a healing spirit listen to your music, and they're gonna confide their trust in you. What's gonna make you live on so that your music not only makes a mark, but it also heals the world too?
The message and the music.
So what's more important, them to hear you or them to listen to you?
They gotta hear me first in order to listen.
You think?
Yeah.
All right, look, I ain't arguing. I just asked a question. It's all good. All right. How we doing? How we doing today? Y'all all right? We doing all right? All right, because ladies and gentlemen, you are live on location at Mai The Tea Lady spot. Make sure you come get some tea. My favorite tea is the Barbados tea. What are you drinking on today? What you had?
The Barbados.
How was it?
It's wonderful.
And it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
I like it cold myself. But you know, the tea is wonderful. Make sure y'all come down to Livingston Mall. Check out Mai The Tea Lady spot. We on the main floor. I said we like I'm here. We on the main floor, right by the pianos. You can hear a nice little melody, but also get some delectable, delicious tea. White tea, yellow tea, black tea, green tea. Great tea. Now we're gonna go back to our tea. We're gonna drop some tea right now. I wanna ask you something about you as an artist that I think, I don't know if you ever been asked this before. You sing and you rhyme, but from the ear that I hear, you pick your beats like a rapper. When are you gonna grow your R&B side?
I never really thought about that. Growing the R&B side.
See, I'm nice, y'all.
Yeah. But I can start now. You know, I'm working with a producer. His name is Ghost. Dope producer. And we gonna make some things happen.
Shout out to Ghost, because you know what? The first person you said to me is the greatest artist in hip hop if you want to decipher it from man to woman, and that's Queen Latifah. Because Queen Latifah gave you club songs, she gave you singing, she gave you rhyming, and I think that's the same thing with you. I think what Lauryn Hill did on Killing Me Softly, you can do easily. So whether you want to hit an old song and bring the feeling back, or you want to pour your soul into a new glass and let people sip of the divine nature of wine that comes from you, I look forward to it, because creativity is what the world misses, but yet nostalgia is what the world needs to be creative. What fuels you, the nostalgia of music or the excitement to make new music?
The nostalgia.
Nostalgia does it for you?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
Of my own?
Period. What's your favorite song?
I couldn't give you a favorite.
Wow. Not one? A.B.Y.S.S. You can't give me a favorite song? All right, that's cool. That's deep. And you like music that much?
Yeah, I love music.
Well, I got a favorite song. You know, I like Sam Cooke, Change Is Gonna Come. Because I think, that's a repetitive song about our story. I would love to get to the day where one day brown-skinned people will be like, pain, suffering, oh, that's the past. We don't do that no more. We're more celebratory, and I would love to get to that point. And when you sing about love, right, it seems like that's the point where we want to get to, and you've already conquered some of that. Is the song, the singing for love, a desire? Is it a goal, or is that where you are, especially when it comes to yourself and in your life now?
That's where I am. Yeah. I pretty much I pretty much go with what I'm feeling. So I just, like I said, I pour my soul on the track. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, what time we at? Where we at right there? Dang, that's it. We cooking. You see that?
Right.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Redman is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. And we are celebrating our legends right here, Jersey, baby. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media. Jersey, you know I love you. Jersey, you know we got bars and we got music and we got legends all day. And if you believe in Jersey and you love Jersey like I do, support that Heritage Hip Hop on all social media platforms. This is Redman and I approve this message.
I want to get deeper into what it takes to be an artist. I'm a big kid at heart. You could tell sometimes, right? I try to look serious, but it fails, y'all. It fails. And you know what? Shout out to all the men in here, because y'all may relate, and if y'all don't, sorry. When I was a little boy, women who sung were my biggest crushes in the world. Like Lisa, what's her name? Lisa Fisher, How Can I Ease the Pain? Man, yo. And the thing about singers is that in society, especially in Western society, we came from the women are supposed to stay barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen, right? We came from that. Then we went to Rosie the Riveter, and they tried to take the women away and put her back, and the women said no. But in our community, the women have been the backbones in such a way that they don't get enough due credit. And I bring this up for a reason. Whenever women do music, it's like that's when they find their voice and their power, because even though the eyes are on them, they're finally able to say what the hell they need to say. What do you think is not being said in our community, and how can music help us get it out?
I feel like it's not enough love.
Yeah.
It's not enough family. Togetherness, working together. I feel like that's what's missing.
Yeah, I think so too. I heard on a podcast, not as good as mine though. The podcast said that the one thing that we're missing in music is church, because most people came out of church and became secular artists, and now people are just coming out and just doing music. And we're missing a lot of that life experience. And we talked about that earlier, right? But this is my own male opinion. Please don't take it the wrong way. I think I'm misogynist or something. I got them nervous. Please don't take it that way. I'm going to say it like this. I think the reason a lot of women's voices are not heard is because you have so many women that want to take your spot, because there's already a fight for who's going to stand out because it's still male dominated. What is it going to take, in your opinion, for a man to just step back and let a woman be so that it could bring the best out of the community, if not himself?
Knowing who he is.
If it was that easy, it would have been done. Come on now.
I'm just saying.
Tell me about it.
To take a step back and let a woman shine and be who she need to be. Yeah, being strong in his spot.
That's it?
Pretty much.
What's the spot? What's the spot?
Knowing who he is and being strong within himself. That's what I'm saying. No, you know what I'm saying? That's his spot. Who he is, that's his spot.
Okay. Glad you said that. Because our society would rather tell a man how to be and not to exist in his being. You feel me? Like, society would tell a man, you're supposed to do this, 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 and this. And that's where I think the women lose. Because if a man is not fully taught the blessings of manhood, then they don't reap the rewards of the blessings of womanhood. Like, let me put it to you like this. Men and women were always taught we're the opposite sex, right? But if you look at the definition of opposite, it comes from the root word oppose, which means to fight. So men and women are not supposed to fight. We're supposed to complement, which means we come together to make God. We come together to create life. But if we're so hell-bent on being taught the evolution of our being, how does a man heal so that he can step back, in your opinion?
Do the work. Therapy. Unlearning the stuff that we've been taught, and replacing it with communication, like healthier, more positive thoughts, moving forward in a more positive direction.
Now we're going to go to one of my favorite parts of the podcast, which is Stand on Your Square, where an artist says something so provocative that we have to turn the conversation into what she said and make it part of the interview. And that was about health. There's five different stages of health. You have mental health, physical health, emotional health, spiritual health, and financial health. And unfortunately in America right now, about 4 of those are hurting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can control your physical health. So some people like to go to the gym. Some people like snacks. I mean, it's a choice, right? I mean, for real, I like snacks.
I like both.
Yeah, I like snacks. But we're talking about emotional health and spiritual health. Mm-hmm. One of the worst things that happen to our community is we praise God in such a way that we have divided the faith and not been unified in the love. So when music comes, that was what makes music either the great medicine or the great weapon that destroys us, is the love. Like you said, right? What's the most important love outside of self a person can develop?
Outside of self, the love for others, compassion. See, you remind me of a song, right? This one, not for real. You remind me of a song, and the song doesn't even really have words. One of my favorite albums is Kind of Blue, Miles Davis, and there's a song on there. It's the third song. Pardon me for not remembering it, right? But the piano melody speaks. See, jazz music speaks to your soul, right? And you are very soulful. And the one thing that makes that song come alive, reminds me of you, is that you're giving the answer, but people have to be smart enough to realize the equation has been answered. You know, how frustrating is that to you? But also, how much of a blessing is that to you when you make your music? those who get it, you know, and eventually those who didn't, eventually they'll get it. I feel like it's a blessing. Cause I mean I know what I'm saying, you know, I know what I'm saying, I know what I'm conveying, and those who are supposed to get it, they'll get it when they're supposed to.
I'm sorry. For those who have ears, let them hear. That's a biblical prophetical speech. And see, that's the hardest thing about appreciating people, because we go through so much in our own lives that we take people and their messages for granted. You know, like I said, you're giving the answer. You ever gave a child the answer and they still can't get the question right? And it's like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, adults are big kids sometimes. And the most unhealthy thing we do to each other is neglect not only the pain within ourselves, but the lack of understanding to appreciate others. Everybody's somebody's daughter or son. Everybody has a parent. Everybody's somebody's baby until that day, you know? And I just gotta say, I thank you. Thank you for making the music that you make, because I'm nervous, like I'm watching my face. Thank you for making the music that you make, because healing is the most essential part of every spiritual walk a person must take, right? What is the most hurtful pain you overcame, and how did it make you the artist that you're becoming? That's emotional health, by the way.
Wow. The worst pain
I've
had to overcome.
Yes.
I'm gonna say losing myself.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Those last 4 to 5 years, I lost myself. I'm happy to be back.
Me too, because you're missed. I've been trying to get this interview for years, and no, I'm thankful that it happened at the time it did, because sometimes you have to grow to appreciate the opportunities you're given, and that's what happened with me. You see what I'm saying? I kind of lost my question there, so make sure y'all go to the Mai The Tea Lady spot. Live small, all right, for great tea. But honestly speaking, right, this is the thing. We offer being on your square, because you did an excellent job on health. I just want to ask you more so when it comes to music. I love the way Jermaine Dupri once said that women have to do X, Y, and Z to be heard and to be respected. And then you came and you answered Mr. Jermaine Dupri back.
Correct.
So well that I was on a phone call with him, shout out to the Fleet DJs, my family, that I had to bring you up on the call. I had made him stutter 3 times because he acted like nobody heard you, but I did. So I just like to know, when somebody challenges you like that, what kind of fire does that ignite within you to prove people wrong or to make good music?
Big fire, explosion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
You gonna see it. I ain't gotta talk about it. I'm gonna show them better than I can tell them.
I want her to really go in and be like, fuck Jermaine Dupri, I would do this.
That ain't my style, that ain't my heart. But you know,
fuck Jermaine Dupri. I said, that's me.
I needed what happened with him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was fuel for who I am now. Yeah.
You know what? You know how like hip hop, we have like the mainstream, the underground, and all that, right? I think there's certain women that the game reveres that I think you should be mentioned with. I don't want to name them all in the interview because this is your interview, but there's a tier of ladies, and I'm not talking about only in New Jersey. Shout out to New Jersey hip hop, but like there's women out here who are amazing that I think you should be named with. You know Neelam, the woman from the Nation of Islam, she's amazing, but we don't talk about her except for Heritage Hip Hop, right? You got Ty Phoenix, Lady Heroin, you got Honey Dark, Now we talk about, Tierra Whack, and that, I mean, she's cool, she can rhyme her behind off, but the thing about it is, it's not about how well you rhyme, it's the art that you come up with. And I just want to say this. When we learn about civil rights, we always talk about the martyrs, but we forget to talk about the wives that carried the pain when the husbands died. And hip hop is the same way. We always talk about the George Floyds. We always talk about the Donald Trump issues. We always talk about that. And we talk about these many men who are out there fighting, but we forget about the women who were their lovers, wives, the mothers of their children. And women carry a hard burden in society that people take for granted. What is the burden of hip hop and how do you carry it?
The burden of hip hop?
Mm-hmm.
If I had to say there's a burden, them feeling like sex is the only avenue to sell for the female.
That's a good one too, because MC Lyte didn't have to do it, right? And she's one of the best of all time. Lauryn Hill didn't have to do it. She's one of the greatest of all time. Queen Latifah didn't have to do it. They're one of the greatest of all time. I think when Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim came and introduced, that was mainstream with them, because you had HWA and BWP as well. I know my hip hop, by the way. But you had that, and because Lil' Kim and Foxy went mainstream with it, I think that's what took it there. So it's like a sin. Whenever you open that door, now you allow things to come in and walk out that you weren't ready for. And being that a male-driven society, sex will always be the derivative of lust, passion, and pain. How do we get the women who have the technique and skill to be great, who don't use that? How do we then support them? Or how do we support you so that you are, well, you already talked about, but more exposed to the world so people know you exist?
Creating that space for those types of artists, and putting them on that bigger platform and just sharing it, because there's so many people out here that want that kind of music. Like, look at how Lauryn Hill and the others like Rhapsody too, like they're successful because people love that kind of music. So we need bigger platforms. They don't give us the platform. They don't magnify us. They magnify the garbage. Because it's easier.
Yeah. Okay. So with social media now being in your pocket, is it easier, or do you think it's harder?
I would say it's easier.
How so?
Because you could just turn the camera on.
Okay.
And give people content.
I did an interview with T Money from Yo MTV Raps, and I asked him, what's the most powerful instrument in hip hop today? And he said the cell phone. So you're right. If you have video and you have a digital footprint of yourself, then yes, the world can catch notice of you. And the world is so big that it's small now, that you can touch people in anywhere in the world and they'll hear you. But here's the thing though. Hip hop and music in general is so consumed easily and readily that it has lost its value in our society. What makes your music precious, and how do we get it to the point where it's invaluable to those who hear it?
The message.
Once again, the message.
Yeah, it's the message, because there's so many different messages in there. It's healing in there. And what was the second part of your question?
I just want you to be heard. By one.
Yeah, so I think that's what's most important in my music. And I just need that platform. Like, yeah, I can turn the camera on and give people content, but I need the support of my peers. I need, family, friends, everybody sharing it, making it go viral like the rest of this garbage go viral.
Garbage. I like that word. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want you already know this, but for everybody who's watching that's an up-and-coming artist who sees a credible artist here, your peers are not the people that you're around. Those are your neighbors. Don't ever think because your family or your close friends don't share your stuff, you don't have support. Put it out there. Make yourself known, because you never know whose life you're gonna change by saying what needs to be heard and giving it to the person who's meant to hear it. So please, don't ever shortchange yourself. We're coming to the end of the interview.
Thank you.
What? Telling the truth? girl. So, like I was saying, we get to the end of the interview, and it's a pleasure to get to talk to you, but you know I like to have fun. So, we're going to go into the rapid fire questions, which are not yes, no questions. These are questions designed to show the depth of knowledge of this fabulous artist and the art that she does. Are you ready to play?
Do I have a choice?
Nah.
Right.
So here we go. Question number 1. What is the greatest hip hop beat ever made? Meaning, if this person never came out with the song, you would have had that beat and it would have been your first single.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know the I don't know who produced it. I'm gonna say Dig a Hole. Jay-Z.
I don't know that song.
Wow.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm not Jay-Z head, so shout out to Jay-Z though. All right.
Hey.
Like I said, yeah, this is me. See how you question it? They like, wow, you a real Jay-Z fan.
No.
Yeah. Oh God, again. I thought they came out before Reasonable Doubt. Like, you was on the block with them? Like, it was?
Yeah,
Shout out to whoever produced it. That's what's up. My next question is this. We talked about the greatest beat, right? Mm-hmm. Who is your Mount Rushmore of people in hip hop? 4 people.
Wow. I'm gonna say one is KRS-One.
Okay.
In hip hop. It's too many of them.
You need time to think?
Nah, it's just too many of them. So.
There's 4.
Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm gonna put Wendy Day up there.
That's dope. We're going radio.
I'm gonna put Roxanne Shante up there too.
Roxanne Shante. Shout out to Roxanne Shante. The reason why I asked that question is because hip hop is a culture, but people tend to only focus on people who rhyme. And I think that's the biggest thing we do to discredit our culture. For something to have a culture, you have to have a time period. You have to have saints or people you revere, special dates, events, and you have to have something that makes it accessible so somebody can enter it or understand it. Like, I'm not Roman. I don't know about Roman culture, but I know about the Colosseum. You see what I'm saying? And for us, we always talk about those who rhyme, but we forget about the people that dance. We forget about the people on the radio. I'm glad you didn't. We forget about the people who did artwork, who do graffiti and stuff like that, and it evolves. The evolution of graffiti is anime today. What's your favorite part of hip hop, and how did it evolve in your eyes to make you appreciate it?
My favorite part is MCing.
Is rhyming?
Yeah, MCing.
So word patterns and all that came, the syllables and everything make you excited.
Yeah, from me being like 5 years old. You know how you get that little book in kindergarten? They give you a little manila notebook. Mm-hmm. I used to take that with my little crayons, and I would write words, the definitions of words, and rhyming words, like what word rhyme with this one, and I fell in love with words at a young age. So yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a hard question, like they weren't hard already. I'm gonna ask you a hard question. As a MC, you are orator, but all MCs are children of the Harlem Renaissance. Is there a poet or a writer that helped you, when you read their stuff, helped you become a better MC?
Not that she helped me become a better MC. I was just in love with her stuff.
Who's that?
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou?
Yeah.
That's dope. Maya Angelou's amazing. She's amazing. And shout out, rest in peace, Maya Angelou, one of the greatest that we have in our culture. I got like 3 more questions. You about to make me tear up here. You said Maya Angelou. That was dope. You know, my favorite is Fannie Lou Hamer. Okay. I love the civil rights era, because that's where people really in the world got to see how valuable we are to it. And that's why I hold you in high regard, because don't let someone judge you on your look. Don't let somebody judge you on your voice. Let them judge you on your character. Being a mom especially, I have higher level respect for you, because not only did you give life, but you're molding life with your son, and you're also giving life through your words and your music. So I really hold you in high regard. So I wanted to tell you that face to face, first of all. And my next question to you is, being that I see you in the gym, you be throwing pound balls and you be kicking stuff and all that, right? Mm-hmm. The one thing I appreciate you being in the gym is this. The body is the temple, but the manuscript of your life is your words. How would you incorporate health into hip hop more to affect more people and get people ready to be more ready for life than just letting life happen and just whatever?
Just incorporate it. Like, show them what I'm doing. Clothing line, like, and show them what I'm doing, and invite them, like, make videos and invite them in. Yeah. Well, I'm a walking billboard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you amazing. For real. But see, like, we got to a point where rappers are dying of sleep apnea. We got people who are dying of weight issues or overdosing, which has always been there. Rest in peace, everybody we lost, unfortunately. But health is becoming one of the main things, especially in this country now. People got fake meat bubbling on shelves and stuff. That's disgusting. I'm saying I can't stand that. Yeah, I can't stand that. That disgusts me. You got fake grapes. You know what hurt my feelings? I saw a mango with no seed in it.
No way.
I'm dead. There was nothing in it in the middle. I was disgusted. I was disgusted. And to know that they're trying to give us that to poison us, it really hurts. Going back to what you said, though, hip hop was used to make the mind fertile for growth and development. And now it has become toxic to the point where we got little girls on Instagram saying, when I grow up, I want to be pregnant. So with that message being out there and knowing your responsibility as an artist or MC, healing the world comes one song at a time. What's the most important song you've made to this date, do you say?
I'm torn between Stand Up and Black America.
Tell me about Black America.
It's pretty much a message, like, first of all, to stop killing each other, for, the police to stop killing us. That's number one. But for us to stop killing each other, come together, stand together, and show them, who we really are.
That's peace. How did you like being on Heritage Hip Hop, and would you prescribe us to anybody else who like to be interviewed on the platform?
I love it here. I respect you, your knowledge. I love the platform. I love that you're so knowledgeable and you give us, what you give us. And of course, I would tell other people, yeah, this way you're supposed to be. Get here.
I'm blushing. All right, so let's get two more. I'm really blushing. Let's get two more questions, and then we're gonna be done. I'm still blushing. Sorry. All right, my hands are sweating. All right, so here's one of the last questions I want to ask you, though, and it's very meaningful to me. It's not the most important question of the first interview, but it's this: New Jersey has some of the best hip hop ever. That people actually debate how good we are when it comes to the history. And people from New Jersey have been shut out. I'm not gonna make this a Jersey versus the world thing, because we'll win. What I really want to say is, when you're from New Jersey, there is a respect and an admiration for you that you may not have even known that you had. Have you experienced that when you've traveled and done music? And what has your journey in music been like?
I can't say that I've experienced like people saying, "Oh, that's what's up, you from Jersey," right? They give me the respect because of what I come with on that stage when I hit that mic. No matter where I'm from. So a lot of times they don't even really be asking. They just be like, "Yo, like, you killed it," or you dope. Where your music at? Okay. What was the second part?
I don't know how they appreciate you. Have you felt that, and how does it help you?
How does it help me? It fuels the fire. Like it keeps me going, because you need to know that. Not that I don't know it, that I don't know that I'm dope. Yeah, but people to actually be like, yo, that's crazy. Like your energy, your aura, what you said. Like it resonated with me. Stuff like that. Yeah, it mean a lot.
I respect that a lot. Listen, before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you visit Mai The Tea Lady spot in Livingston Mall, Livingston, New Jersey. Great tea. One of my peoples is here. I love her to death. She gives me all this Barbados tea. Barbados tea is the best tea in the world. If you haven't, please come to Mai The Tea Lady spot in Livingston.
Any questions?
Or if you want them to.
I don't know. Y'all got questions?
Y'all want to ask me questions?
I got a question.
All right. You want to come over this way? Because the mic, you just want to ask it?
Yeah, so you mentioned the Jermaine Dupri incident or whatever. I've known you for like 9 years, almost 10 years. I know what A.B.Y.S.S would have responded like years ago. And so can you speak to the growth in you that now can deal with things like that and other things and be able to stay within yourself?
Yeah, I had to do a lot of healing and growing, and learning that everything, don't need to be said. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that everything that I go through is for a reason. It's for growth. Like whether like if it hurt in the moment, I needed to be there. It was where I needed to be. Is what I needed to go through. So I realized that that whole situation was just to fuel the fire to where I am now, like to make me more hungry. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it does.
Anybody else?
I ain't got no question. Don't worry.
You got to bring us to the mic.
All right. Well, we'll come to the. Okay. We got to the last question, which is the most important question of the first interview on Heritage Hip Hop. So you have an open door policy. I'll let it sit with you again. Y'all, anybody out there, subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on YouTube for these great interviews. Also on all social media at Heritage Hip Hop. All right. The most important question I want to ask you in the first interview is this: 500 years from now, you're going to be in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. I believe that within my heart. I know it. And if I have to build it, I'm going to put you in there. I swear. And when it comes to that 500 years, somebody's going to be introduced to your music generations from now, right? And what they're going to do is they're going to push a button on the wall and your hologram going to come out. And they're going to hear your music and see you rock, and they're going to be inspired. What is the legacy you leave behind that made the world better because you made hip hop music?
Wow, just one woman with a voice, walking in her purpose, knowing who she is, like using that knowledge, being confident and just walking in that purpose. Like, yeah, that's the message to these young ladies. That's the message.
The most important song that ever came out from hip hop was The Message. And through The Message, we learned about the pain of the inner city and how we could overcome it. When hip hop was recycled under a new voice, Nas gave us The Message. And if you haven't been paying attention to the interview, even when you go to your books of knowledge, whether they're spiritual, whether it's the Bible, Quran, Torah, you go to the Book of the Dead, the Bhagavad Gita, even principles of life. The message is the thing that makes our lives relevant. Because no matter where you go, who you see or interact with, your body language and your expressive language gives a message. And the most important message God told us was to take over the world, subdue it, and bring it under our subjection to be fruitful, multiply, and bring his glory back. Enough respect to all the MCs that do that. I thank you so much because you do that. And I thank y'all for giving us your time so you can do that. Once again, my name is Karev. This is Heritage Hip Hop. We say peace, and we out. I've never got scared of reading copy music. That was dope.